All right, what's up, guys? It's Ben, bShawReacts. You know where you're at. You know that you clicked on the thumbnail, so you saw what we're doing. This is the finale. This is the end of the Lateralus. Lateralus. Again, still don't know how to say the damn name, but that's all right. You know, look, it's a learning process. At some point, somebody's going to say in the comments, Lateralus or Lateralus. Y'all are going to let me know, right? Of course. So, anyways, we're working on the song Triad. That is the track that we are going to do on this reaction. I just finished up the reflection and disposition tracks. Um, they're kind of stepping themselves into a little bit more heavy and a little bit more heavy versus where I thought it was going to be. I thought it was just going to stay heavy throughout the last of the album, but it seems as though we've had, no pun intended, we've had some reflection time, and we were able to take a step out of the crazy heavy emotional roller coaster that we were on, and we were able to sit and relax in it, and then we were able to reflect and think back to how do we release the ego and all of the craziness that goes on up here, in our minds. And I think that the triad, I'm not sure, guys. I don't know anything about anything. I didn't do any more research on this album. I'm just letting it be what it's going to be for the first time reaction. And afterwards, once I'm finished with this, I'm going to go do some other reactions of a different Tool album. And then I plan to come back to this album because I love this album so much, guys. Like I'm like, wow, fanboying like crazy over the stuff that I've heard on this album. So I have every intent. I've read that there's a different way to listen to this album, that it'll give you a completely different experience, if I guess so to say. Anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna do that, but I'm gonna do that on my own time where I can just sit with it, and there's no expectation of me to have to do what we're doing here, which is, think things through, break it down, give an explanation to somebody of what I thought. Or I think some of that stuff sometimes it can kind of distract me from what I think the true message of, or the meaning that the artist is trying to get across. Sometimes it's a little hard to pick up on things like that. But if you just take a step back and reassess what you've heard, it can be done, I believe. Anyway, so uh, yeah, we're gonna do this one Triad and find out what this is all about. Um, I think I have an idea of where we're headed, but I'm not sure, so I'm not gonna say it because I don't look like a fool. I'm kidding. It's another joke. I hope you guys are okay with me making jokes every now and then. I don't mind looking like a fool. It really does not phase me, not one bit. You know, I'm doing reactions on the internet for a lot of people who know what we're listening to and why we're listening to it. And I'm trying to give a first impression of songs that are not first impressionable, right? So, yeah, there's no ego on my end. Believe me when I tell you, I do not try to come across as being an expert. There's none of that, right? Do I know music production? Absolutely. Do I know how to record stuff, and do I know about music? Absolutely. There's a lot of things that I do know a whole lot about. Um, am I an expert? I don't know. I don't think that I am. I think that I'm proficient in a lot of different things. Um, and I can be arrogant in that way and say, yeah, I'm pretty good at what I can do. But I would never go as far as to say, oh, blah blah blah, I'm an expert, listen to me, this is the only way. I would never do that. Anyways, that's neither here nor there. Let's get into this Triad. End of the album, man. I kind of don't want to finish it. I feel kind of sad that this. I know that this is gonna be it, and there won't be another first time for me, right? So from here on out, this album has been listened to, and now I'm just replaying what I've heard in the past. So it just hits a little different when you know you're about to hit play, and it's almost like a goodbye in a way. So let's see where it brings us. Here we go. Oh wow. Wait. Um. What?
I was let go on a medical discharge about a week ago, and I've kind of been running across the country, and I don't know where to start. They're gonna still triangulate on their position really soon. Okay, what we're thinking of as aliens, they're extra-dimensional beings that an earlier precursor of the space program made contact with. They are not what they claim to be. They have infiltrated a lot of aspects of the military establishment, particularly the Area 51. The disasters that coming, the military, the government knows about them, and there's a lot of safe areas in this world that they could begin moving the population to now. They want those major population centers wiped out, so that the few that are left will be more easily controllable.
Gave in again, the bastard can't keep refusing rights, so held on the cash, but the sin
Is on the hands of you. Yeah, I love that song, by the way. Panic Prone, that's my jam. Okay, so it's kind of ironic that at the end of, I'm guessing that was a hidden track because I didn't see that listed on the song playlist. But it's ironic that the song that comes on after that is Panic Prone. uh, when that guy sounds like he was in a state of panic, and dealing with the Area 51 stuff. Wow. Okay, so I thought I knew where we were headed with Triad. I was completely wrong. And I told you I'm wrong a lot. So yeah, that definitely did not go where I thought it was going to go. I did not think that we were going to end um the whole experience of what is that album, with an instrumental track, right? um I think it's awesome that they did it. I think it's different. It hits different whenever you're expecting one thing to happen and you get something completely opposite of what you could ever even have imagined it to be. So I think that that was brilliant and genius on their end, um to go out with the whole Area 51 message thing. I don't know if that lends into the next album, or not, or if it was just them being goofy as they have in the past with just putting random messages that they have received or gotten their hands on and things like that with, the Harry, what was it, Harry Manbach or Manbach? Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know the reasoning behind the Area 51 message and all the alien, rigmarole of craziness. But anyways, it was pretty cool. It was cool to listen to it. Um, Felt like I was in on a secret message that I wasn't supposed to be hearing. Ooh, yeah. So, um, yeah, I'm not a big conspiracy theorist type person. I think there's a lot of things that we can't explain in the world, and for good reason, right? I think if we knew everything that was out there to be known, it could really mess some people up, right? So sometimes it's just better to just be naive and live in the world that you create around yourself. Um, I don't know. I look. We all have our things in our own ways to deal with what the world is giving us. So, um, listen, that album for me is top notch, gold standard. Wow. Um, like holy hell, wow. Like this is gonna be on my playlist forever. I'm so mad, and I've said it before. I'm so mad that it's taken me all these years I've known about the band. I've known that Tool is good, and people have told me in the past, like, dude, you should really check out some of their stuff. It's good. The thing about it is you have to be ready and willing to accept what they're about to throw at you. I think personally, you have to be in the right headspace, place of mind in order to receive Tool the way that it's supposed to be received. Um, I think my younger self, um, yeah, I'm gonna say that my younger self, when I was in my 20s, early 30s, if I had heard some of the stuff that was out there from Tool, from like Opiate and their EP and that type stuff, if I'd heard that, then I probably would have been turned off from the band and been like, yeah, I'm not feeling that. Like, get that out of here. Probably would have been snooty, turn my nose to it. Like, yeah, no, I'm not listening to that. Older me right now. I mean, I'm not like old. I'm 44, but like the older version of myself, I am a lot more accepting. I'm in a different place of mind, of reality, of what the world is and what it can offer and what you can receive if you open your mind to the possibilities, right? So there is a difference, big difference. So while I'm mad that I didn't allow myself the opportunity to get to know this band, during that time, um, when they were, first popping and they were all out, and it was like, ooh, Tool. Yeah, I wish I had jumped on the bandwagon at that point. But I'm grateful that at least I was exposed to it now, and I was able to open my mind and accept it. Right. So that is cool. Yeah, so I think that's going to be it. I think that's going to be the end of the reaction. And, I hope that you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. Um, Probably not, because I got to hear it for the first time again. Yeah, so for me, it was my first time. For you guys, it's probably your, 900th time. Um, but I hope that you got to live through me for a little bit and get to hear it again for the first time like I did, basically. Um, but either way, yeah, if this is your band and you're proud of these boys, I say you should be. You should most definitely continue to show them love and listen to their tunes and go to their website and order hoodies or whatever you can do to support these guys. um I know that somebody mentioned that they were getting close to their 70s, which checks out. I mean, that makes sense. You know, they've been around for quite a while. So, you know, I mean, either way, it doesn't matter. Age is just a number. As long as they're still willing to get out and rock it and play, and you guys are still willing to listen, you know, by all means, I say we do what we do, right? Um, if I could still be on stage, I would still be doing it. I just physically, I can't, not right now. I'm just going to say that. I'm not going to say that I can't do it ever again because I'm going to find a way to get my ass back on that stage. Don't tell my wife that because she's like, you're gonna do it the easy way. You're gonna relax. You're gonna. I'm like, yeah, okay, sure. I'll find a way. Anyways, appreciate you guys. Love you guys. I really do. Thank you for rocking with me. The next album, I'll be getting to it shortly. Yeah, I think I'm gonna cleanse my palate a little bit on a different band for just a couple of reactions, and then I'll get into the next Tool album. I don't even know what that album is. I haven't done any research, so I'm gonna have to find out. But maybe you guys can put in the comments, you know, what the next album is that I'm about to jump into. And if there's any songs that I need to do together or just, you know, things like that on the reactions. Those things are kind of cool to find out beforehand. If not, I'm gonna just do one song per reaction video, like I told you in my last reaction. But all right, so now I'm just talking too much, and I know y'all are gonna get annoyed and click off the video anyway. So if you're still here rocking with me, thank you. I hope you're well, and I will see you guys on the next one. I'll take care.